We're continuing with our lesson evaluating expressions. What are we doing today? Read the objective. Don't have to think, just read it. Go for it. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Evaluate algebraic expressions by writing replacement of variables.
Beautiful. So that's what we're doing today to evaluate these expressions. Notice I'm using the word evaluate, not the word solve. I know some of you want to use the word solve. We're holding on to that word yet, okay? We're not using it yet. We're going to evaluate. Let's get some vocabulary out of the way. In math, if I want to replace something, I'm not going to say replace. I'm going to say beautiful, because if I get sick, who replaces me? Yeah. So a substitute is going to replace me. The order of operations will tell me the order that I have to perform the parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Okay? So it just tells me what order I need to do things in. Let's go ahead and look at the next 4 examples of how we evaluate. We're going to start with example number 1. So here's our expression, 4w plus 11. What does that expression mean? What am I doing between the 4 and the w? Multiplying. So I'm doing 4 times w, and then I'm adding 11. All right, so here's my variable. I'm going to highlight. If you're not using highlighters, go ahead and put a box around that variable, something so you can see it. And then we're going to box in that value, okay? So that's the replacement, the substitution that I'm going to make. So I'm going to write 4, and then instead of writing the variable, I'm going to write that I need to write the variable here. Okay, and I'm going to use parentheses to do that. The value of my variable was 3, and so I'm going to write a 3 here. And now I'm going to follow my order of operations. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 11, which is
23.
And we're done. Look at example number 2.
-4.
So the variable x is being replaced with, it's being substituted for -4. So I'm going to put parentheses to show this is where I'm going to put the value for my variable. And I'm going to write everything else the same. You said that my variable's value was number 4. Wait, don't, -4, thank you for correcting. Wait, don't evaluate it yet because I want to do some reading on this first. This term says, listen closely, -4 squared. Okay? It says -4 squared. It does not say, wait. I know you guys, I know you know what it is. I just have to get this like reading thing going. Okay. It does not say this. This is read -4 squared. Listen to the difference. -4 squared. -4 squared. Do you hear the difference?
Oh, I hear it.
Okay, I'm going to say it again. This one. -4 squared. This one. -4 squared.
Oh, I get it now.
Okay, do you hear the pause?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. This one here, -4 squared, means -4 times -4. This one, -4 squared, means take the negative of whatever you get when you do 4 times 4. So this one means 4 times 4, and then smack the negative onto it. And this one is square -4. Okay? All right. So we've got the -4 squared here. And then I've got the the minus 28. You guys were yelling at me earlier that negative 4 squared is 16. Thank you very much.
Negative 16, right?
No.
No. Yes.
No.
I have negative 4 times negative 4. A negative times a negative is a? It's a positive. Yeah, it's positive.
Yeah.
16 minus 28? Negative 12, I heard a few people say. All right, feeling okay?
Uh-huh.
What I got the first time
That's what you got the first time.
without doing negative 4. I did negative 4 squared. I always did it. Well, I don't know what I did it every class.
Okay, so you thought negative 4 squared,
And I got
and you still ended up with 16? Okay, so I think that you kind of feel that it needs to be a positive, and so you wrote it down properly. Make sure that in your head you know that this is what's happening, so that later when you change these numbers, you don't get confused somewhere. Okay? Okay. Let's look at number 3. Here we go. I have the variable h located in 2 different places. This means I'll make 2 substitutions, but I'm going to be using the same value because it's the same variable. Negative 2 times negative 6 is?
12.
Positive 12. Beautiful. I have a plus next to a minus. That turns into a? Yeah, negative. So now I have 12 plus 15 minus 6, which is 21. Scooting over to example 4. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so that I can leave example 3 there for you. All right, here's my variable. I only have one variable. There's my value. Now notice on this, I have parentheses inside parentheses. Okay. If seeing this many parentheses stacked next to each other gets confusing, like it does for me, you're welcome to trade one set of the parentheses for something that looks different. I like using the square brackets. They mean the same thing. They're just different looking parentheses so that I know where things are. Okay? So you'll see me do this a lot. All right, looking inside this parentheses, nothing to do, so I'm going to look inside this parentheses. I have multiplication.
30.
Yep. Looking inside this parentheses, I've got some subtraction. And 5 times 29 is?
145.
Thank you. I'd have to count by 5s 29 times to do that.